Hello, my fellow Elliotticians. Tony here. Hope you're doing well. I posted a poll on X with the question, what is an early indication a motive wave is complete? And it looks like when I see wave 5's in is the winner with 50%, and wave 4 and its breach is second. Now, these options are a little vague, admittedly, so today I'm going to try and dig a bit deeper into some triggers or clues to look for if you suspect a motive wave is complete or completing. Before I begin, all the disclaimers apply here. The market doesn't care how pretty the Elliott Wave is. It goes where it wants. So do your own research, not financial advice, all that fun stuff. These are just some clues to look for with everything being ideal. And then when we go from the ideal, we can take it into the markets to kind of see what we need to adjust or see if we can get to as close to ideal as possible. Also, everything here I'm going to go over and discuss is fractal, so you can go as deep as you like, but here I'm just going to be focusing on these 3 degrees. I wanted to start out going over the options of the poll and build off of that. So the first clue would be seeing 5 waves in, which is what we have here. This could be an early indication that the impulse is complete, but one thing we kind of have to look out for is that we could easily come down for an internal retracement of this 5th wave. Maybe this is just the one of the 5 here before we're heading further up for more. So even though this would be a first indication to look for, one of the first indications to look for, it may not be the most reliable and would be a more aggressive take on things, in my opinion. The runner-up on the poll was wave 4 and is breached. The breach of the orthodox end of the waveform is actually the point of completion for the impulse. At this point, the wave 5 is complete, and we can now confidently slap on the largest degree of count label, start looking for a potentially larger retracement. One thing to consider with the breach of the wave 4 is how it was breached. Up until that point, again with context, any price action within the wave 5's impulsive range could be considered just an internal retracement for that wave 5 before heading up for more. On the diagonal side, context will be a large part in determining this. So applying the other rules and guidelines will be needed to add to the wave 4 breach as a conclusive clue. Again, based on context and the Elliott Wave guideline of depth of correction, by the time the PA breaches the orthodox end of the wave 4, the correction could already be over. But again, it's all on the how it was broken that can be a tell. The next options on the poll were a breach of the origin of the wave 1 and a breach of the end of the wave 1. Since by this time the wave 4 has already been breached, I would not consider this an early indication at this degree, but maybe just more confirmation of completion, in my opinion. In this video, I'm just going to be focusing on the impulse side of motive waves and not so much on the diagonal side of things. There's a lot of guidelines and rules that go along with this particular pattern. If you'd like me to go more in depth, DM or comment and let me know if you want me to do that. Another clue we can look for is the break of the outer parallel of the Elliott Wave final channel. The final channel is anchored off the orthodox end of the wave 2 and wave 4 and brought up to the orthodox end of the wave 3. This channel is a piece of geometry used to project the potential end of the wave 5. We would be looking for a reaction on either the median line or the outer parallel. Since we are discussing projections, I'm going to throw on the most likely fib targets as well for wave 5 so we can start building a confluence area of interest. So enough about projections. Let's go ahead and put this channel back on. What we're actually looking for here as a clue beyond all of these indications up here is a break of this channel parallel right here. So that could be another indication that, all right, it's time for us to head down for a retracement. Next up, we could look for a break of the orthodox end of the wave 4 of 5. This is the first wave structure break at this degree that can indicate a trend change at the smallest degree, which makes this clue probably one of the most important so far. Of course, just like seeing the 5 waves complete and the break of the final channel, the breach of the wave 4 of 5 does not definitively indicate a trend change at the largest degree. It could just be the start of an internal retracement for the wave 5 itself. Real quick, I want to circle back to the how these levels are breached or how these clues are printed in the PA. At the completion of a motive wave, ideally we'd like to see a swift impulsive move or reaction away from the suspected completion. Ideally, I would like to see a reaction either occur at an area of interest or through a level of interest. This would add to the validity of the move and the possible completion of the impulse. And based off this swift impulsive move that potentially breaks the wave 4 of the lesser degree, we can start looking for a possible turn in the trend, at least at the smallest degree. The last indication or piece of confluence I want to go over is the momentum indicators. We at Trade Devils primarily use the EWO. Ideally, we want to see the highest momentum in the histogram to coincide with the extended wave of the impulse, which is most likely going to be the wave 3. When we get our suspected wave 5, some divergence between the histogram and the price action would be ideal. So to wrap everything up, seeing 5 waves in could be the earliest indication of a motive wave complete, and you could stop there. However, for me, to add confidence to the completion, I would have to look for more confluence. This would include the following. 1. Look. Wave formation, where are we in the count? 2. Area of interest. This would include clustering of projections, fibs, and channels, levels or points of interest based off previous PA or larger degree clustering. 3. Indicators, primarily just divergences. 4. Reaction, how price reacts from this confluent area and the potential completion of the impulse. Of course, after saying all this, it's important to remember that things don't always work out as planned, no matter how perfect everything lines up, so make sure you take necessary precautions. But in any case, these are just some indications and clues that I look for when I suspect an impulse is printed, beyond just the 5-wave look. And the more of these things that line up, the closer I pay attention. But this is just how I find confidence in the confluence. If I missed anything or you have had luck with other methods, let me know. That's all I got for now. Thanks for watching.